Greetings Capsuleers, this is Andrew Wayne and I hope everyone is having an amazing day. For those of you who are new to the game and unsure what skills you need to train, let's talk about the Magic 14 and something called the 80-20 rule. The information on both the Magic 14 and the 80-20 rule can be found on EVE University, and I will be providing the links to both in the text box below. The Magic 14 is a list of 14 fundamental skills that will help you no matter what ship you are flying. However, this list should not be considered your primary skill training plan. You should first train for the ships you want to fly and the modules needed to do so, as well as any extras you may need, like drones for example. This list is if you are unsure of what you want to train in next. Remember, it is good practice to always have skills in the queue ready to go. The 80-20 rule in EVE University is a principle that states that training a skill to level 4 will provide 80% of the skill's benefits in 20% of the time, and this is especially important for new characters. The rule is based on the idea that training time increases exponentially as the skill level increases. So training a skill to level 5 takes much longer than training it to level 4, and the gains are minor. A little trivia for you is training at every skill in the game to maximum level would take almost 20 years. So what I'm trying to get across is just train to level 4 to begin with, and later you can choose to train for level 5 if you desire. The first 12 skills will gain you a 5% increase per level in that particular skill. So CPU management increases the CPU output. Power grid management increases the power grid output. Capacitor management increases the capacitor capacity. Capacitor system operations reduces the capacitor recharge time. Mechanics increases the structure hit points. Hull upgrade increases the armor hit points. Shield management increases the shield capacity of all ships. Shield operations reduces the shield recharge time. Long range targeting increases the maximum targeting range. Signature analysis reduces the time needed to lock onto a target. Navigation increases the ship's maximum velocity, and evasive maneuvering increases the ship's agility. Now these 12 are increased by 5% per level, so if you train to level 4, you will have a 20% increase across the board. The next two, warp drive operations, reduces the capacitor need for warp drive activation by 10% per level, and Spaceship Command improves the handling of all ships by 2% per level. Now training these skills to at least a level 4 will provide a solid foundation for any ship you fly. For those that have an Omega account, level 5 is ideal for maximizing benefits, but it can be done progressively as you advance in the game. Many of these skills will be trained natively due to running level 1 career missions and training the skills listed in the skill plans for each of those types. Okay, now that we've briefly gone over the Magic 14 and the 80-20 rule, I'm going to show you where you can find the skills, and then I'm going to show you a quick way to load them. So in the upper left hand corner you'll see your skill icon in the Neocom, so you want to click that. You want to make sure this is your skill screen. You want to make sure you're set up on catalog. You're going to see all the skills listed out, and you will see below that what you have. For example, we have shields highlighted. This is what's under shields. So what you can do is you can go into the search bar. If you're looking for thermal, for example, you can type in thermal and everything that has to do with thermal comes up. Now a quick way to get this loaded is if you look in the chat box or the text box lower down, you will see that I have listed all the skills sequentially through level. So level 1s, then level 2s, then level 3s, then level 4s. You will see that I did not include the level 5s. If you want to do so, you may do so manually. Now one thing you're going to need to be aware of is when I load mine, for example, I've already completed levels 1 and 2, so I'm only going to have some 3s and some 4s left, so I'm not going to have as many as some of you may have. Now another thing you need to consider is alpha characters take twice as long to train as omega characters do. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast. You're going to play the free game, which I'm perfectly fine with. You just got to understand there's going to be some limitations, and training time is one of those. So what we're going to do, like I said, if you go down into the chat box below, you can copy the skill plan. And then you're going to go over here and you're going to click the 4 lines. What we want to do is say add skills listed in clipboard. Do so. and it will start loading all those skills. Now, if you've completed any of them, it won't load. As you can see, hull upgrades loaded 3 because I've already completed 1 and 2. If you look right here, it says already been trained, 41 skills. Let's close that. So I got upgrades 3, shield management 3, long range targeting 3. One more piece of advice before I let you go. I would recommend that you go through here and reorder these time training wise, low to high. So I have hull upgrades 7 hours, 10 hours, 7 hours, 3 hours, 2 days, 20 hours, 20 hours, 1 day. What you can do is if you load this low to high, now it doesn't really change the total number of days and hours, but it does make it seem quicker because you will get all the low hanging fruit first. So what you can do is go through here. For example, signal analysis is 3. I'm going to move it up. Now I'm going to leave my trajectory analysis because I already had it. But now I've got this 3 hours. Well, what's the next lowest one I have? I have a 7 hours. Oh, here's another one at 7 hours. So what you can do is move them around, and I would recommend you do so. Sort them from your lowest training time requirement to your highest. Just makes life a whole lot easier and makes it seem like it goes by quicker. For as an example, I played just on the weekends for the heck of it, for the fun of it, but I work during the week, so I may not have time to play. So while I'm at work over the week, these will continue training, and it will get all the quick ones first. So go ahead, go through here, sort them out, and make it to where the low training time skills are listed first. Now, one last thing, there is a bit of back and forth, I guess, online about whether the Magic 14 is worth it or how much benefit there is. I do believe there is benefit to that. I do not recommend that you skill train to level 5 until you've decided that you're going to play this game long term, and then you can do so naturally during the progression of your game. So as your skill training queue becomes empty, just load it down at the bottom and keep it running. That's what I did for mine and all my primary character. I have all 14 loaded to level 5s. So I hope this helps you out, and we'll be seeing you in the future. Fly safe, Capsuleers.